Well, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Um, it looks like people are starting to hit that brick wall when it comes to buying those homes out there in this crazy market. It seems like people are finally starting to come to reality where homes are becoming too expensive to even bid on. So here's an article from CNBC. Housing boom may be cooling as weekly mortgages demand drops again. So the average interest rate for 30-year fixed rate mortgages decreased to 3.17% from 3.18 last week, but the Mortgage Bankers Association said applications for a mortgage to purchase a home fell 3% and were 2% lower than the same week a year ago. Tight housing inventory, obstacles to a faster rate of new construction, and rapid rising home prices continue to hold back purchases activity, said Joe Kahn, an MBA economist. High prices and low supply are finally taking some of the heat out of the housing market. You don't say. The high prices and the low supply of houses is not stopping people from thinking about buying a home. You don't say. Even with interest rates falling slightly, mortgage application value fell 4% last week from the previous week, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association. Seasonally adjusted index, it fell to the lowest level since February 2020. Applications for a mortgage to purchase a home fell 3% for the week and were 2% lower than a year ago. Yeah, because you have less supply, you have less people willing to sell their homes, and those who are selling it are trying to get super profits from the home purchase. Okay, they're trying to make the homes more expensive than they really are, and people are starting to wake up and realize that it doesn't make sense to overextend yourself and take out more money than you can actually afford, right? So for the weekend, were 2% lower than a year ago. This is the second straight week that purchase demand was lower than a year earlier, even though mortgages rates are still lower. Pending home sales, which are counted by signed contracts and are therefore an indicator of the future closed sales, dropped a wider than expected 4.4% in April, according to the National Association of Realtors. And then on top of that, you have less people working, so you don't have a whole lot of people with buying power as well. So one, they don't want to overextend themselves. Some people don't have the actual amount of money to actually buy a home that's going to be overpriced. So now you're going to have a slowdown of people buying homes. So buyers are clearly starting to hit a affordability wall, and that's that wall. This is especially clear from the government loan demand. FHA and VA loans offer low or even no down payment options for the borrowers with lower incomes and credit scores. No, that's a no. No. You do not want to try to sell a home to someone who does not have the money to put down some form of down payment, and they have low income and the credit not well are not good. That's a no. That's going back to 2007, 2008, and that you don't want to happen again. So, if they're doing that right now, they need to stop ASAP. So the tight housing inventory, obstacles to a faster rate of new construction, and rapidly rising home prices continues to hold back purchase activity, said Joel Kahn, an MBA economist. Yeah, the new homes, remember, just think about it. They have to add on another 36,000 to the new homes that are being built. That's an extra $30,000 to $40,000 you're gonna have to pay on a home extra on top of what the home costs. That doesn't make any sense. Activity, said Joe Kahn, an MBA economist. The government purchase index declined to its lowest level in over a year and has now decreased year over year for 5 straight weeks. The average contract interest rate for 30-year fixed rate mortgage with conforming loan balance 548,250 or less decreased to 3.17% from 3.18%, with points increasing to 0.39 from 0.35, including the origination fee, orientation fee, that is, for 80% loan to value ratio loans. That rate was 20 basis points higher 1 year ago. So lower rates did not light a fire on the refinance demand. Those applications decreased 5% from previous week and were just 6% higher than a year ago. The refinance share of mortgage activity decreased to 61.3% of total application from 61.4% the previous week. Even though rates have been below 3.20%, doesn't mean that people are still willing to buy a home. Even if the interest rate is low, the house is still going to be more expensive to buy. So even with the interest rate, that's still not an incentive to buy something when the house is just too dang expensive for you to afford. Over the past month, they are still around 20 to 30 basis points higher than the record lows in late 2020. Kind of said the refinance boom during the second half of the last year has left fewer and fewer buyers able to benefit from refinance now. And then refinancing, that's another story. I mean, why are you going to go ahead and refinance your home if you can afford it still? Now, that's for people who can afford it. But here's the deal with that. If you refinance, you're going to have to start all over. 30 years mortgage. So you're starting from square one. And if you can't afford to pay that mortgage, guess what? Your home is going to be taken away from you. So